What is going on, my good old friends of YouTube? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So guess what, guys? Guess what? The markets, yet again, are all freaking over the place. It's about noon on the East Coast right now, and all the indexes are red. And that's after earlier in the day, all the indexes were green. So we're red 1 minute, green the next, flip-flopping all over the place. So we got a lot to break down in this video. We have to break down certain stocks, charts, what I'm doing in the markets. But before we do that, make sure you guys get your free money from Moomoo, up to 6 free stocks, each of which could be valued all the way up to $3,500. Just use my link down below or go to stasurfest.com/Moomoo. All you have to do is deposit at least $100 and boom, you get yourself some free money. And who doesn't like free money, guys? Let's be honest. Again, link down below. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So check it out, guys. It's about noon on the East Coast right now, a little bit past noon. We're almost at 12:15 right now, and all the indexes, like I said, are down, and that's after we were in the green earlier in the day. Currently, the S&P and the NASDAQ and the Dow, pretty much all three of these are down about 0.25%, as we have the Russell down 0.9%, the VIX is up over 1%, and we have gold and silver ripping, guys. Gold's up 0.9 as silver is up over 2%. And we'll take a look at the gold and silver charts here in a minute, but first, let's break down and see what is going on SPY and Triple Q. So again, SPY and Triple Q, both of those, and the Dow, all three of those are down about 0.25% right now. And what we're noticing is, point blank simple, we are noticing a relief rally. That is what we're getting, right? Last Thursday, we got way oversold. And even in the futures market, if you guys remember last night, the futures were red, and this goes to show the craziness of the markets. We were red in the futures. Then, in the morning, we were slightly green. Now we're back in the red. So we were heavy in the red Thursday. And then this morning in the pre-market, we can see SPY hit about 435, and that is where we started getting that big move heading into open. If you guys take a look here on the intraday chart, we got a pretty big move heading into open, and especially at open, right? Once the market's turned on, or not turned on, what the hell am I saying, guys? It's not an iPhone or whatever. Once the market's opened, SPY ended up going from 436.80 roughly to about almost the mid 439, so they popped 0.6%, SPY popped 0.6% right off the bat, and then Triple Q in that same time period, let's take a look here, this went up about 0.6% as well, and then it ran all the way to about 341, which was 1.1% of a move to the upside from the market open of around 337. So these two ETFs, Triple Q tracks the NASDAQ, SPY tracks the S&P, both of them did very, very well at the opening bell, and now we're noticing a reversal. So what we saw initially, again, was a relief rally in the morning, and going back to that 20-day chart, you guys can see it, and on the 4-hour chart, you guys can see it, right, where we rallied right around 435 on SPY. And mind you, we had these levels drawn out last week, and we talked about them yesterday. So if you guys missed this, make sure to subscribe, because we talk about this stuff. I'm not saying I'm a wizard and I call out everything in advance, but all I'm saying is that we break down the markets every single day, guys, and we're in tune with what levels to pretty much watch out for, right? So SPY held 435. We got the rally. Now we're starting to get the dump again, right? We got the rally. Now we're starting to get the dump again. We hit a lower high at the 50 moving average, 440 here on SPY. Now we might test the lows from pre-market. That's the direction we are headed right now. And for Triple Q, it's very similar. Pretty much the same thing. We got the rally. We hit the 50 SMA on the 20-day chart, got rejected. It's a lower high. Now it looks like it wants to go and test the lows from pre-market, which Triple Q, those lows were 334. So as we're seeing the indexes not do well right now, they're starting to turn back to the downside. We have gold and silver ripping. Silver is up over 2%, gold's up about 1%, and what we're noticing here on the 4-hour chart on silver, guys, and we'll take a look at gold in a second, silver broke out of the highs from the end of March about a month ago. We did that today. We broke those highs, and now we're testing the highs from the beginning of March, middle of March, being around $26.50, and I'm telling you guys, if we break out of $26.50, I think silver is going 27.50, and quite frankly, I think that point could break. 27.50 being the high from the beginning of March. That was shortly after Russia invaded Ukraine, kind of peak fear around the situation. That's when silver ran up a ton. So again, if we break 26.50, hence why my alert is there, 27.50, even higher is where I believe silver is going. And gold, let's pop that up, /GC. Gold's up 0.9%, and this is already well above the highs from the end of March. You guys can see end of March, we hit about 1970 an ounce. Now gold is at 1990, and I think it's going 2,000 plus this week. Could I be wrong? Of course. I've been wrong in the past, but 2,000 plus this week. That is my prediction. And do I think it's going to go to 2,080 an ounce where it was back in the beginning of March? And do I think it could go to all-time highs where it was? When was that all-time high? In 2020 at some point? I believe that could happen. Maybe not I mean, it's probably not going to happen this week. There's no way unless we get some crazy event. But at some point in 2022, I believe gold is going all-time highs. I think we're going 2,000, 2,100 plus. That is my personal prediction, and that's not a new prediction, guys. I mentioned that months ago. I called out in 2021. I mentioned how in 2022, I think it's the year of gold and silver, and so far, I've been right. They've been ripping, and I don't see this stopping anytime soon. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to smash the like button if you haven't done so already. And, of course, subscribe. I look at my analytics, guys. A lot of you are not subscribed. You watch the content, but you don't subscribe. So if that's you, make sure to subscribe. And now let's talk about some stocks that I'm looking at right now that look pretty decent in the midst of this red market. And now the markets are down even more from where they were when we started the video. Nasdaq's down 0.6%, S&P's down 0.4%, Dow's down about 0.3 to about 0.35. And when we started the video, all the three main ones were down about 0.25% each. So the markets are bleeding out, you know, as this video is progressing, which is not good for the bulls. So stock number one that I'm looking at is Intel, ticker symbol INTC, which as of now, believe it or not, Intel's doing well. It's up 1.6%. It's green. And if we zoom in a bit on the price action here since, when was that? The end of January, what we're noticing is Intel has been trading in this channel for almost 3 months at this point, end of January, like I said. So we're noticing we've been making higher highs and higher lows. Look at this. In the beginning of February, we hit 49.50. The next high was $50, a little bit over 50. The next prominent high was in the mid 52s. And in that time period, higher highs, again, we were making higher lows, $43. 44.30, and now today we hit the mid 45s, and now we're in the mid 46s. So I'm thinking if Intel could break above, and mind you guys, it's not out of the woods yet by any stretch of the imagination. We're not completely breaking out yet. We're not there. But if Intel could break out of $48, especially into the 50s, hence why my first alert is at $48 right here, that is where I think this reversal will occur, the continuation of the uptrend will take place, and we could find ourselves in a couple of weeks, month, 2-3 months, who knows how long it takes, but we could find ourselves towards the top of the channel at that point, which ultimately I do believe Intel has a strong chance of getting there, and that's why I personally have a position in Intel, not just for the short term for us to get to the mid-50s again, but I'm actually holding Intel for the longer term. You know, I'm looking at it more as kind of a midterm hold, a midterm play, not long term where I'm not selling it for 10 plus years, but you know, I'm going to be holding it for the foreseeable future. Let's just put it that way. So Intel, put your alerts, 48, 50 bucks. I think if we start breaking out of there, that is going to be a very good sign for the stock. The next stock I want to mention is FCX, Freeport-McMoRan, which is killing it today, guys. It is up 2.3%, and what we're noticing on this 4-hour chart, if I zoom in a bit, what we're noticing is, number one, we've been making higher lows for months. Number two, we have resistance at about 52 bucks a share, so we have an ascending triangle. And number three, we are noticing this stock, again, it's up on the day, and it is above both moving averages on the 4-hour chart, which is fantastic for the bulls. So look at this. Look at this. If we break out of 52 a share, 51, 52 a share, preferably 52 a share, this ascending triangle will play out, and we could see FCX breaking out like no other. So for that reason, I'm going to put my alert at $52 a share. We have earnings coming up on FCX literally in 3 days from now, which was today, Monday. So what is that? Thursday, the 21st of April, FCX is reporting, and I think Intel is reporting as well, not this week, but next week on the 28th, so 10 days from now, Intel is reporting earnings. So going back to FCX, guys, I think, and let me double check, is this going to be near all-time highs if it breaks out? It sure will be, guys. It sure will be. Not very close to all-time highs, but within a stone's throw away. The all-time high was $63, and that was hit, which is crazy, back in 2008. So if we start breaking out of $52, we get this ascending triangle to play out on the 4-hour chart, mid-50s, 60s, that could be right around the corner, which again, those were the all-time high, 62 a share back, or actually 63 a share back in 2008. So watch out for FCX, Freeport McMoran. And the last one I want to mention, ladies and gentlemen, which I've talked a lot about over the past couple of weeks, months, it is good old XLE. Take a look at XLE today, guys. We might as well take a look at crude oil first. Crude oil on the day is up about 1.5%. Or 1.5%. I don't even know why I said it like that, but crude oil is up a good chunk today, and what we're noticing is this is very good for the bulls, guys. It is now above both moving averages again on the 4-hour chart, and it is breaking out of the wedge, and it seems like it wants to go to 115 a barrel in the very short term, or at least that is the next main resistance now that we're breaking out of 105, the moving averages, the wedge, like I just mentioned. So crude oil looks pretty bullish in my eyes, at least. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments, and that's translating over to XLE playing out today beautifully. XLE, as you guys should know at this point, maybe you don't know, it is an energy ETF. In other words, it is a basket of stocks, of energy stocks, and this is one that I've owned for probably over a year at this point. You know, I used to have a swing trade position, I sold out of it, made money, and I'm still holding my long-term position because this chart looks beautiful, guys. It looks beautiful. What we're noticing is today we just hit a high of $81.25. The ETF itself is up 1.4% on the day today in the midst of a red day overall, and we have the ascending triangle playing out. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, guys. I don't know how to make it easier than that. The ascending triangle is playing out, so at this point, we could be moving mid-80s, 90s, low 90s over the next couple of months, over the next couple of weeks, especially if oil, you know, does get to that 110, 115, even higher per barrel, you know, for the price of oil. And based on this max chart, guys, now that we're above $80, $81, we are trading at a multi-year high. And if we clear above $81.50, $82, which was the high from 2011, over a decade ago, if we take that level out, $90 is the next main resistance, which, did I not just say $90, $85.90 could be next? The chart does validate what I just said. So keep your eyes on XLE, keep your eyes on FCX and Intel and all the other levels that I mentioned when it comes down to gold, silver, the overall market. So if you all found value in this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm, and drop me a comment, and join my Patreon if you want all my real-time moves, buys, sells, call outs, what I'm doing in real time from trading, investments, options. Everything I'm doing is on Patreon, link down below. Make sure to also get your free money from Moomoo, up to 6 free stocks. It's free money, guys. I'm telling you, free money. Just use that link down below, deposit at least $100, and boom, you get up to 6 stocks, each of which could be valued all the way up to $3,500. Just use that link, get your money, deposit $100, and with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.